Alright lads, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the 4 event vehicles that are coming for the new Summer Extreme event. It's already here, it started today. So our first vehicle is the SZP, whatever the hell that is, who really cares. It's a 4x4 car with a short-barreled 50mm gun on it. Kind of looks like a French vehicle. Don't know whether it was captured in France and then put into service somewhere else. Who knows? Anyway, the 50mm gun, it's only an APC round, so no ballistic cap. So no long range sniping with this vehicle. Gives us 80mm of pen at point blank range. For the battle rating of 1.7, it's not too bad to be honest, but no one's really going to be excited for grinding this. It's also worth saying that this is the only premium vehicle reward coming in the update. The other 3 big rewards are just event vehicles. So with that covered, let's go on to the first of our main prizes. Alright boys, so our main reward for ground forces is the CTCV. This is the John Cockrell turret, I believe, something like that. It's a 105mm cannon. Basically like the Swedish CV90 gun or the old CV90 gun on a new 4x4 chassis. So the gun itself is pretty decent. It's a high velocity 105. We do get stock heater fast, so it is going to be quite a painful grind when you actually unlock it. We do get DM33 though, giving the tank very good firepower, at least in theory. We also have a new ATGM that they've added for this miniature like little patch thing. The Phalaric 105 with 550mm of pen. It's a tandem warhead. It's also worth noting that it does have a travel speed of 370 meters per second, which is very, very fast for a tank launched ATGM. So let's take it into a quick little test drive, and see if it's actually any good. So unfortunately here in this test drive, I can only shoot the heater fest round. Still got 400mm of pen though. Reload speed is very good actually, at least what I can see so far. Mobility is actually quite nippy as well for such a big vehicle. The tank is obviously very, very large. It's quite tall, which will give you the ability to shoot over certain obstacles. It also means it was going to stick out quite a lot though. So we've got definite upsides and downsides. The mobility though actually seems quite decent. It's fairly fast, at least for a massive light tank. We do have a crew of 3 men, a driver in the hull, as well as 2 guys in the turret, with the ammunition bustle at the back of the vehicle. You can see in the boot, as we say in the Britain, I guess I don't actually know what the Americans call the boot. The boot, I guess that's what they call it. Anyway. So, alright, so for our main reward for the air battles, we have the SG-25BM. I believe this is the camouflage of either Bulgaria or Kazakhstan, one of the two. I'm not really too sure. Anyway, so this is the kind of modernized SG-25. It gets some modernized engines and stuff, but it doesn't get the like underbelly camera and stuff like that. We also do not get the Vikia missiles, which is arguably the best thing about the modernized SG-25. What we do get instead though is the R-73 Adder, I believe it's called. This does have ECCM or electronic countermeasures. This will basically give it a high amount of resistance to flares as well as other sorts of countermeasure stuff like that. Very, very strong 40 Gs of maximum overload and a all aspect lock range of 3.4 kilometers. Very, very advanced missiles, probably the best ion missiles in the game by quite a while. We do still also have a lot of the more manually fired missiles for the SU-25. We have the KH-25s, the 29s, as well as the guided bombs, the Cab 500s. We do also get the spammed out, I can't remember what they're called now, S250s, S25-0s, these things. 58 kilos of TNT, absolutely massive rockets. Again, this is stock because it's kind of glitched into the game to see it. But overall, you're losing the Vikia missiles, which are arguably the most powerful weapon system on this plane. You're also losing the gun camera, so you don't have any zoom with the nose camera, so it's going to be very, very hard to aim those like KH-29Ls. The only redeeming factor is the R73s. which in my opinion, it's not a fighter, is it? So you're not really going to be dogfighting anything. I don't know how many hardpoints you're going to be able to put R73s on. Maybe you can put them on just the external hardpoints here and here, like on the other SU-25, giving you a total of 2. That would be alright, but it's still quite weak, especially for the battle rating of 11.3. If you could take 4 into a match, then maybe it's a bit different. But anyway, you get a gimmick vehicle. You're losing a lot of strength when it comes to its anti-tank capabilities, but you're gaining a little bit in the air-to-air role. But this plane is never going to be used for an air-to-air fighter, so it seems a bit gimmicky, to be honest. And finally, for this video, we have the HMS Renown. This was a battle cruiser built in like 1917 or something like that. However, this is the 1942 modernization, I believe, or around that. So gone are all the batteries that used to be in the... I can't even remember what it's called now. They originally had like guns along the side here, but they got rid of them, welded it all up, and put them in turrets here. Secondary batteries, that's guess the word. There is a proper word for it. It escapes me. It's on the tip of my tongue. So we have 3 turrets housing 6 guns. These are the 15-inch 42 caliber cannons. Basically, World War One guns. Britain failed to create any high-velocity guns for World War II. Still do pretty good though. We have the common point cap, or the semi-armor piercing rounds as they're more commonly known. 487mm of pen, pretty decent with 60 kilos of TNT. These things are absolutely devastating to lighter vehicles. For battleships at longer ranges though, we do also have APC-BC rounds. A lot less explosive filler, only at 1/3, but a bit better penetration and a lot better angled pen. We also have 4.5-inch guns. These are the pancake turrets made famous by several British aircraft carriers using them, as well as Warspite, I believe, when she was modernised. We get HE and semi-armor piercing again. Pretty decent guns. You can see here that we have 10 turrets, 5 on each side of the ship, for a total of 20 4.5-inch guns and the 6 main caliber guns. We also have a large plethora of anti-aircraft batteries here, you can see. We've got quadruple pom-poms, the 20mm Orlikans. What else do we have? The quad pom-poms. It's just some single 20s as well. It's a decent ship. The biggest downside though is by far the armor. This was a battle cruiser originally designed for hunting down enemy heavy cruisers. It was never meant to face battleships really. So this thing is going to get absolutely cleaved if it goes up against a battleship, and it will see battleships with its battle rating of 7.0. So again, it's kind of a gimmick, but I like the British Navy, the Royal Navy. I don't really recommend people go for this ship. If you're a casual player, it's not really got the same firepower as the battleships, only having 6 guns with a long reload. So you aren't really going to be pumping lead downrange that fast. The ship is also very, very squishy. You've got no armor. You do have quite a large amount of crew, just over 1,400. So you can absorb some damage, but it's not going to be an easy first ship for new naval players. And even experienced players, you're still going to have a rough time because it can't really deal damage fast and it can't take damage. So anyway, boys, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good grind. I don't think I'm going to be partaking in this event. None of the vehicles really seem that great to me. I might try and grind for like some of the what they call the decorator things. Some of them look kind of cool. It's just a shame that the like secondary prizes are a lot better than the event vehicles. But that's been the recent trend lately. The vehicles that we get in these rewards are just worse and worse and worse. But anyway, boys, I won't keep your time any longer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.